It was written as a final encore, so that the audience would understand that the show really was over, is how Benny describes The Way All Friends Do, in a laconic way. The song that he had composed with Björn for the curtain to go down at the closing of the 1979 tour concerts, and that also would close the Super Trooper album. It is not an attempt to dismiss this song to say that maybe Benny and Björn chose The Way All Friends Do as a closer because of a question of time. Super Trooper was an album which recording process made them look constantly at the calendar. They fixed themselves a goal, to release it before the end of the year. They were still lacking songs, and with only 2 months ahead of the date of release of the unfinished work, they started mixing the live recording of this anthem, a recording made at Wembley the last year. Nevertheless, it is possible that this song had been chosen for the new album some time earlier. The song Super Trooper had been composed and released. Many times the boys had talked about this song as the last one that they needed, the song that had been composed in order to close the track listing for the new LP. Björn has declared that the spirit and energy that could be perceived in the performance were going to be hard to recreate in a studio from a 0 point. The Way All Friends Do has other features. It is one of the few live songs released by ABBA during its life as an active group. The other ones, I Wonder and Take a Chance on Me. To add more, it is the only song of the group which has no studio version. It is, besides, one of the very rare occasions in which Benny plays his beloved accordion, the instrument on which, in his childhood, he learned his first musical notions. Many times he had recreated its sound on synths, and Tropical Loveland and Cassandra represent other few examples in which the keyboard player plays his favorite instrument, as Björn calls it in that live performance. When they performed The Way All Friends Do at Wembley, Benny played exclusively his accordion, leaving the synths to Anders Elias. It was an original detail the way in which the original Super Trooper LP closed. If it was played in a non-automatic player, in which the tone arm carrying the cartridge wouldn't raise when reaching the end of the side of the LP, the audience cheers would go on infinitely in the central groove. The people's enthusiasm could continue until one would pick up the arm or until the engine of the player burnt away. It is necessary now to talk about the way in which Benny and Björn went over their live recordings. Maybe because of a lack of self-confidence, maybe because of their aim of perfection or of filling every possible empty space in the sound space, The Way All Friends Do can't hide its endless hours of studio work. Agneta and Frida's voices are overdubbed until the infinite, reaching their classical and enormous multi-layered harmonies. And the Yamaha GX1 has an overwhelming presence. Its recording method, track after track, leaving multi-overdubbed harmonies that end up burying Benny's humble accordion, include a low-frequency chord in each change of chord. The surrounding feeling that produces that low-frequency chord only could be well appreciated if played in a player which featured a subwoofer. Once again, hours and hours of recording and mixing with state-of-the-art technology in order to reach a result away again from the boundaries of pure pop, and that could only be enjoyed by a handful of music lovers. To add more, towards the end of this song, so close to an anthem spirit, we had the GX1 imitating horns that could be from a fanfare in honor of the Queen. The truth is that it may have been a very nice surprise, this new song in the 1979 ABBA tour repertoire. The four of them alone, at the front of the stage, the only instrument being Benny's accordion. The girls shifting their solo part, singing lyrics which are an ode to a friendship that resists the hard times and that stands firmly before the uncertainty of what will come. Benny and Björn joining their vocals, and finally the audience joining later, mumbling those easy lyrics that they were learning in situ. Almost nobody among the audience may have noticed the little auto-plagiarism they were hearing. A great section in the verses of Dum Dum Diddle had now new lyrics. Didn't "You and I can share the silence" use the same melody from "I can see how you were practicing hard" from Dum Dum Diddle?